guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so today's video is going to be a little different. I don't even know how I'm going to do this video because this is a very daunting task for me. So what you're looking at right now is pretty much all of my single eyeshadows. It's quite a lot. As you can see, there are stacks of palettes here. They're all like different brands, you know, different types of shadows, multi-chromes. You know, I have adept shimmers as well as mattes, and currently I have my single shadows pretty much separated by brand, you know, in all of these individual palettes. You know, some mainly mattes, some mainly shimmers, but they're all separated out truly by brand. Like I have more adept shadows here. As you can see, I've pulled some out, you know, because I've created other palettes along the way and things like that. So, you know, I have this one little palette of really pretty glitters that I wanted to keep. But for the most part, all of my single shadows are kind of separated out by brand or just by like really pretty shimmers that I like or wanted to keep together, right? So in an effort, because y'all think I'm playing, I'm truly serious about this no buy for 2025, right? And I feel like the best way for me to truly accomplish a no buy for a year, or maybe I'll try 6 months to start out, but for a year is going to take me being able to easily dupe palettes that come out. Because whenever I see a gorgeous, beautiful palette that comes out, you guys know your girl KK wants to buy it, right? Because I'm a collector. I mean, you know, that's my ColourPop stuff over there. I'm even watching Hannah Louise Poston right now go through her singles, you know, to kind of get some inspiration, motivation on what to do with mine. But I have so many singles, and I feel like the easiest way for me to be able to dupe palettes that come out is for me to organize my singles by color. And that is going to be a daunting task for me, but I think that's the easiest way for me to be able to dupe palettes the easiest way, right? So put all of my blue shadows together, put all of my purple shadows together, put all of my, you know, multi-chromes together, red, orange, yellow, green, white, whatever the case may be. And so that's going to be a daunting task, but I'm about to do it. That's what I'm going to do, because if I see a palette, I think it will make it easier for me to dupe it if all of my colors, my singles are color coordinated, right? So as you can see, I already have a lot of, you know, palettes that I can put different colors in, but I don't know what I'm going to have the most of. I'm thinking I'm going to have a lot of blues, I'm going to have a lot of purples, a lot of neutrals, just because, in greens, because those are the singles that I'm typically drawn to, the ones that I really love, or the colors that I really love. And even going through my singles, purples too. I'm definitely going to do some decluttering. You know, this, I think this will be the best time to declutter as well. So I have all these palettes to work with, and then over here I have these are all empty. So don't freak out. All of these palettes over here, they're all empty. So, you know, I have even more palettes, different sizes, like really large ones, medium sized ones. This is one of the books from Colored in Rain, which is really nice. I love these shadow books, you know, to put shadows in. Love those. And then I have like miscellaneous empty ones to use. So I should have enough empty, you know, eyeshadow palette books to separate them out pretty good by color, right? So that's what I'm going to work on, because your girl is serious about chilling on these palettes. I have a lot of palettes. I love palettes, but I'm tired of buying palettes. So I don't know how I'm going to, you know, organize or format this video, because like I said, it's pretty tedious and it's a lot of work, but maybe I'll just put snippets in or speed it up and you guys can kind of see how I organize these shadows and just the process of me separating them out by color and trying to organize them better. And I'm not even sure if I'm going to do, like, should I do all the mattes, you know, palettes of colored mattes and then palettes of colored shimmers, or should I do blue shimmers on top and blue mattes on bottom? I don't know, but I'm going to figure it out, and you guys are going to go on this journey with me, because I'm truly trying to stop buying palettes, okay? I have every color under the sun. So yeah, let me go ahead and figure this out, and then we'll get started. Okay, you guys, I know this is a very busy, like visually busy situation because my vanity is clear and I have all kind of makeup in there and on the top. So my apologies, but I just want to get started. So I decided I wanted to separate out my square singles. So any of my singles that are like square, like I have these Sample Beauty ones. I have a couple of these palettes, you know, that are square shadows. And you guys, it's like midnight right now and I can't sleep. So if my voice is crazy, that's why, because I'm actually tired, but I can't sleep right now. So yeah, I decided that I want to do my square shadows like last or after I finish all my circle shadows, because I don't know if my brain is going to allow me to mix the round shadows and the square shadows without getting stressed out. So I'm not gonna stress myself out. So I have like Makeup Geek ones that are square, you know, the neutrals and the colors. And of course, you know, I have Adept, really pretty singles. I have some in here, and I have some more Adept in here. You know, in these, as you can see, they're just all different shades and colors for me to organize. And I guess I'm gonna wait on my Cleonas. I have some Cleona, some of the OG, you know, multi-chrome shadows, which are square. This is like a separate little palette that I did of Adept Cosmetics shimmers, some of my favorite shimmers. I did a separate palette of those already. Who else? Lethal. Is this Lethal? Yeah, Lethal Cosmetics. They have square pans, so those are going to wait until I get to the square biz. And let's see, those are round. I think that might be all of the square ones just right off top. This one is a combination because these are like mattes that I pulled together. So there's some Adept mattes in here. Really pretty. Some of my favorite mattes I pulled out and put them in here. So I'll just put these with the squares for now. But I think all of these I'm going to put to the side. And I will organize these by color after I get all the circle ones done. Okay, so now that we got those out of the way, you guys, now here's the next problem for me. The pans that I have that are larger than the regular shape shadows. So I have some shadows that are really big, you know, like these, which come from like Clarity. These are actually depotted from palettes that I got from Peachy Queen. I don't even think they exist anymore, but these are depotted shadows from palettes that I fell in love with and I couldn't let the shadows go. But, you know, I have a lot of shadows that are the regular standard size single shadows. You know, which ones are these? These are from Looksy. I don't even know if Looksy is still in business, but I have those from Looksy. But see, these, like, some of these are like from Ofra Cosmetics. I don't think these are all Ofra, but I know these are because they have that pattern in there. So these are a strange size, you know, with regular shimmers. And Yeah, see, a lot of these just have magnets on the back and they don't have names because they're from palettes that I depotted. So a lot of these are like mystery shadows. Some of them are, some of them aren't. These are some shadows from DJ's Unique Boutique. One of my good friends that had, you know, she was doing makeup. Now she's into like skincare and aesthetic, you know, what do you call it? She does the eyebrows and things like that. So she doesn't really do, you know, sell the makeup anymore, but these shadows are so gorgeous. So I'm not getting rid of them. This palette is like kind of funky though, so this palette might go. But so these are shadows from my girl DJ. But so now I'm thinking, here's another palette from shadows that I singled out or I depotted. Oh, these are, what are these from Clarity? I don't know, Give Me Glow, I think. But some gorgeous, you know, blues and browns in there. But I stuck a square shadow in there. So, okay, now I have to wrap my brain around. Am I just going to forget the sizing and just separate them? And I think that's what I'm going to do. Next question, am I doing rainbow? So am I doing red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, white? Yeah, that's probably going to be easiest for me to organize them. So, okay, now we can finally get started. Let me stop running my mouth and stop procrastinating and just go for it. So I'm going to start just taking them out and putting them on this table by color. Y'all, I'm already second guessing because there's so many colors. You know, like even with the neutrals, there's so many different gradients of browns and tans and am I just stalling? Maybe I'm just stalling. Okay, let's just get started. I don't think I'm gonna do rainbow because for some reason I want blues over here and greens and purples. So, and I have my little tool here that kind of pulls out, you know, magnetic shadows from the pan, you know, if it's strong enough to pull them out. It just kind of holds them like that, so that helps. Okay, let's go. So I'm gonna start over here with blues. See, I'm already at the whites and silvers, and it's like, okay, let me just put that over there. I'll put black over here too. This is gonna take me forever. This is gonna take me forever. So this is gray. That's gray, right? That's gray. Okay, so I'm just separating them out by groups. So I have some blues over there, different greens, different purples. You know, I got one little red, like orange and yellow. I think I'm gonna do like orange and yellow together, maybe. I don't know. I have my little gray. I have a few like brown tones. I think I'm gonna do like warm. Should I separate warm and cool? I don't know. I'll just do browns. And then I have like the kind of burgundy, rosy reds and pinks. I have some neutrals, you know, tan shades. I only have one black so far, a couple of light shimmers, and then I have my golds. I'm gonna do all the golds together. So that's what I have so far, but I just wanted to kind of show you guys like what I'm doing because I don't know how well you can see and I don't know how much of this I'm gonna put in, but this is what I'm doing. Okay, you guys, so I'm just showing you a little bit more progress that I have going on. This is actually kind of fun and therapeutic, actually, just kind of going through and trying to, you know, figure out the colors. I don't think this goes over here. See, y'all, I can't see. I'll put this over here with the golds. I think that's supposed to be with the golds, right? Yeah. Anyway, and maybe this one too. I don't know. You know how some of these duochromes and stuff, those are going to get tricky. So some of them I'll have to swatch when I put them in the palettes just to figure it out. But surprisingly enough, I only have 2 little blues over there. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little progress update, and I'm just going to speed through as many as I can, and I'll come back and show you guys when I get a little bit more done. Okay, you guys, I find myself kind of not sure what to do with shadows like this. See, this one has a lot of green in it, but it shifts to like this pretty peachy shade. And so I'm just like, well, do I put it with the greens? Or do I bring it over here and keep it with the, you know, the lighter? I don't know. You know, like, should I keep it over here? You know, I don't know what I'm thinking. I should put this with the greens. That's just my initial thought because it has such a nice green shift in there. But I might have to have a separate palette with just those type of shades where I don't know where to put them. But for now, I'm going to put that with the greens. Yeah. And in doing this, I'm realizing that, like, I thought I was going to have so many blues and so many greens, but I actually have a lot of purples and way more rosy pinks than I know what to do with. Like, even this shade here, I'm like, okay, should I put this with the gold? But it definitely, like when I swatched it, let me show you when I swatch it. So see, when I swatch it, I don't know. I definitely don't know where to put this. So I'm probably going to have a separate, you know, place to put these type of shades. Okay, you guys, I think I have reached a good breaking point. I'm actually like super sleepy now, but I made some good progress. If you look at my table, I've gone through quite a few of those palettes that were over there. I don't have that many more left to do. I have a few more over there, the square ones, but I don't have too many more to do. And I really am excited because I'm feeling like, okay, with me grouping them by color and by tone and things like that, it's really going to make it easy when I'm trying to find different shades to dupe palettes with. You know what I mean? Like, way more easy than when they were all just mixed up together by brand. And it's like, that wasn't helping me to use them, to have them mixed up by brand. I'm like, I have them all grouped by brand, but I'm still not using them. And as beautiful as they are, I need them by color so that I can actually use them. So I'm making some good progress, you guys. I just want to let you know your girl is tired. I'm going to bed. Tomorrow, I'll probably finish up with these palettes over here and just create. This is like the pile where it's like, I don't know where to put these shades. I have no idea. So I'm going to probably have a separate palette that has like shifty shades in it, and I'll try and group them as best I can by similarity. So yeah, I think I'm at a good breaking point. We'll get back to it in the morning and finish it up, and then we'll be ready to dupe these palettes so that your girl can go on her no-buy. Okay, you guys, I wanted to do just a quick progress check-in. As you can see, my color piles, this is the miscellaneous, my color piles have grown quite a bit, and it's been interesting swatching a lot of the like duochromes and multichromes to see how they pull, because looking at them, it might look like it's gonna pull purple or blue, and then it pulls a completely different color. So in my palettes, you know, it just brings in a really nice creative aspect to my palette. So I have only started filling up one palette, which is the green, and it's actually, see, because you see how those kind of look blue and some look purple and pink, but when you swatch it, it looks green. So this, as you can see, is full. I even have a couple on top that don't fit. So I'm definitely going to be doing some decluttering, like down here where a lot of these are like similar shades. I'm gonna swatch them and, you know, see how slight the variation is and get rid of ones that are less appealing to me, just so I can make more room. Because mind you, these are all the circle shadows. Remember, I still have all of my square shadows. And what I decided to do, actually, these over here are all, what is it, coastal scents? So these might all go, you know, get trashed. I don't know. I'm gonna have to swatch through these. As you can see, I had already had my coastal scents kind of color coordinated. But yeah, these 3 palettes are all coastal scents, which we all know are super duper old. Coastal scents has been gone for quite a while now. So I'll just have to see if any of them are still functioning and if I want to keep them or not. I might just leave those separate because they're already nice and neat. And as you can see, I'm going to have issues with fitting my shadows in these palettes as it is. So I might just leave those like that. And then I totally forgot, because these were, you know, over with my ColourPop palettes. I have ColourPop single shadows as well that have their own little, you know, palette. So I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to leave those as they are. And I think I am, because it's less stressful. You know, I just know if I can't find a shade I'm looking for to create a palette, that I need to go to these, you know, to look in those as well. But over here, you know, I've already put all my square ones, but I decided that like my multi-chrome shadows, I'm going to keep those separate as well. Even if they do pull like green or purple or orange or something, they can get kind of tricky sometimes with trying to dupe palettes. So I'm going to leave those separate. This one, as you can see, is a whole little rainbow in there. But I think, and I have some more multi-chromes right there. So those I'm going to keep. You know, I'm going to create my own little multi-chrome palette in these as well. These are Divina's. So with my straight up multi-chromes, I'm just going to create one big palette for those, I think, and then separate the squares. So it is, it's looking crazy over here, you guys, but it actually is a really pretty, colorful cornucopia of shadows. This has been very, very therapeutic and relaxing, actually, to go through and separate all my shadows. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. I'll probably come back when I have everything paletted up, so you guys can just see what I'm going to be working with when I am building my own palettes. Okay, you guys, I am exhausted. I have moved each color palette to my floor. As you can see, they are on the floor because, you know, I needed to spread out. But I got a lot accomplished last night and this morning, and I'm really, really excited about it because I have, this is like the miscellaneous palette that I was, you know, getting together. I'm still trying to figure that one out. But I have my greens, my blues, my purples, overflow of purples. Those are kind of like pinky corally shades. This is a combination of like silvers and taupes and black in there. I believe I got some black in there, yeah. Reds, you know, rosy red shades. Some yellows and oranges, pinks, rosy shades. I don't know what this is. This is like tans and browns. golds, super vibrant golds, and then, you know, cream colors and champagne colors. So I think I got them kind of separated out pretty well for me to easily be able to create palettes with, because with my shadows being to this extent, that's what they are. It's like for me to sit down and be like, oh, I'm going to use my singles to do an eye look. No, I have to make a palette and then do an eye look because it's ridiculous. But over here, I decided I'm going to just color organize my Adept shadows, since I have quite a few of them. I have this palette, and then I have another palette under here, and they're all Adept shadows. So I think I'm going to color coordinate just my Adept shadows and have those by color. And then my Sample Beauty, I might combine my Sample Beauties. I really like these palettes though. They're super cute. So I don't know, those might get left alone as well, but because they're their own kind of like unique square shape. And then my Lethal Cosmetics shadow, I'm thinking if I don't combine the Lethal and the Sample in one big palette, I'm going to keep them separate, but color organize these a little bit better than they are now. These are all multi-chromes and specialty shades. So I have like Divina and Touch of Glam, some Cleona. I can never remember the name of that brand, but so it's just a combination of multi-chromes and specialty shades over here, because those aren't multi-chromes, those are just specialty. The very first specialty shades I bought from Touch of Glam years ago from, what is it, Etsy? Yeah, so long ago. And then they came out with some more multi-chrome shadows, and they probably, you know, that was years ago too, so who knows what kind of amazing shadows they have now. Now the shadows that I have in this palette, I had already had this made, and I don't want to mess it up because this is like a palette of just gorgeousness to me. All these shimmers are so beautiful and they just look so good in here, and I love them all together like this. So I'm going to leave them all in here the way that they are because I love them like this, and I can easily pull this to search it. These over here, once again, are the Coastal Scents that I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to get rid of or just keep because I've had them forever. The pink one is all ColourPop, and then I have my Makeup Geek which are already pretty much color organized. So I'm like, do I want to go ahead? Do I want to do double work or just leave them in there? And it makes more sense for me to leave them in there. So, and another thing I wanted to add just while I'm over here, you know, going over all of my different shadows, that a lot of brands even have palettes that have a lot of magnetic palettes, like Inslee Rain. Their palettes are magnetic. Sydney Grace has, you know, single shadows as well as palettes that are magnetic. Unearthly Cosmetics, you know, I have some of their palettes and their shadows are magnetic. So I have so many different shadows, even from brands and their palettes to, you know, to pull from when trying to do palettes. So just wanted to add that if you guys are trying to do the same thing, you know, just remember a lot of the palettes that we buy, especially from indie brands, that they are actually magnetic and you can take them out. ColourPop. Let me go over here to my ColourPops. But yeah, all of these ColourPop palettes, you know, for the most part, not all of their palettes are magnetic, but a lot of their palettes, I believe, are magnetic. I don't know. Are all of them magnetic? I don't think so. But a lot of their palettes are magnetic. So that gives you even more shadow options to, you know, play around with when trying to do palettes. Now, I know these here, those aren't magnetic, of course. These are like some of my older palettes that I have in here. And these are the smaller, like 5-pan palettes, which aren't magnetic. But yeah, it's like having all of their different color stories that they came out with. That in itself is a lot of extra single shadows to work with. So just wanted to throw that in there as well. And even Natasha Denona, which, you know, all of you guys know, her palettes are all magnetic. You know, you just push a pin through the back and you can pop the shadows out and create whatever types of color stories you want to create. So, you know, and these are really, really nice shadows to play with. They're the square pans, but, you know, when creating different palettes or trying to dupe palettes, you know, you can have a square vibe, a circle vibe, things like that. So even with her palettes being magnetic, that helps out a lot as well. This table is still a work in progress, but I'm so pleased with the progress that I already made, you guys. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys have single shadows that you know, have organized a certain way? Do they help you to not buy palettes that come out, you know, like whenever you see something? Do you create palettes? Let your girl know. So anyways, just wanted to check in with you guys, let you know my progress on this, and hopefully I can, you know, do this no buy. Definitely a low buy for sure, 100%, not even a question, but I'm really trying to do a no buy for a while. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted and I will see you in my next video. Toodles!